Welcome to the It Factor. We're Jemmy and Nye, exploring a new blog post by Mr. Len Kaplan, CEO of CDML, a managed service provider in Queens, NY, offering network management, voice over IP, which we'll call VoIP, and unified communications as a service, or UKS, cybersecurity compliance, IaaS, cloud solutions, and Microsoft 365 and Azure solutions. If you're a small business owner or manage IT for a growing organization, this episode is for you. The deep dive today is into this really timely blog post titled VoIP Holiday Readiness. Our mission basically is to unpack this because, as the post points out, the holidays mean more calls, weird schedules with staff off, and that spike in spam calls.
Definitely.
We want to walk you through the steps you need to take, like now to avoid missing messages, having phones just ring forever, or customers getting lost in voicemail loops.
It's so critical. And really, it's all about getting things configured ahead of time. If you're trying to sort this out the week of Thanksgiving, you're frankly already behind.
Yeah.
And this applies whether you have a modern voice over IP system, phone service over the internet, or even if you're still on a traditional phone line. Getting it set up properly now keeps things professional.
Okay, so let's jump into the first big task. Setting that holiday schedule. This sounds simple, but it's more than just an email message, right? We're talking auto-attendant voicemail greetings.
Exactly. The core of your phone system. And the VoIP Holiday Readiness post highlights things beyond just, like, Christmas Day off.
So what specific hours or scenarios do businesses often miss?
Well, obviously, the big closures, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Christmas, New Year's, you have to program those in. But the tricky part is often those early closing days.
Like closing at 2 p.m. on Christmas Eve instead of 5 p.m.
Precisely. Or maybe you have limited staff for a few days. That window between, say, 2 p.m. and your usual 5 p.m. closing, that needs a total different call routing rule. If you don't change it, calls just ring unanswered.
Or someone stressed runs back to grab it. Yeah, not ideal. So what's the plan for calls during those adjusted times?
You need smart forwarding options ready to go. For those limited staffing periods or after hours, calls should ideally route straight to a special holiday voicemail.
Okay, one that actually mentions the holidays.
Yes, exactly. Friendly, professional, sets expectations. Or, if it makes sense for your business, route calls to specific on-call staff, maybe through their mobile app.
And recording that greeting is key, the post says. Make it sound current.
Absolutely. A fresh holiday message. And if your system allows it, modern ones usually do schedule multiple greetings ahead of time. Saves you manually switching messages on the holiday itself.
That scheduling feature sounds like a lifesaver. What about businesses with older systems? Like a PBX?
Good question. PBX, that's the private branch exchange, your internal phone network. The post notes that you really need to check with your vendor or carrier now.
Okay.
Many older PBX systems can still automate some routing and maybe greetings, but often needs the vendor to configure it. It's not usually a quick internal fix. So get that request in early.
Makes sense. Okay, schedule set. Next challenge. The sheer volume of calls. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, things can get crazy.
Right.
How do you handle that overflow, especially with potentially fewer staff?
Right, the call flood. You need a solid overflow plan. The article suggests a few things. First, basic failover rules.
Meaning?
Like if a call rings, say, 4 times and nobody picks up, it has to go somewhere automatically. Maybe a backup line, but usually better to send it to a central voicemail.
And that ties into the second strategy, using a shared voicemail box.
Exactly. Use a shared voicemail that forwards the messages as emails, maybe even with transcription if your system does that. That way, even if the office is chaotic or someone's remote, the message lands in an inbox. Much harder to miss than a blinking light on the phone.
Okay, that's smart. Any other strategies for high volume?
Yeah, if your system supports it, enable call queuing. Giving callers an estimated wait time, even just saying you're third in line, manages expectations and stops people from just hanging up in frustration.
That's a big difference compared to older tech, isn't it? With legacy lines, you're mostly just forwarding calls to one place, like a cell phone, which can get overwhelmed fast.
Totally. Modern voice-over IP systems let you build much smarter call flows, like try desk A, then desk B, then maybe the sales queue, then go to that shared email voicemail. You just can't get that level of customized logic with basic old-school call forwarding. It's a huge plus during busy times.
Right. Moving on to something that probably keeps IT folks up at night, security. Specifically, that surge in spam and robocalls during the holidays. Scammers know it's a chaotic time. What are the key defenses?
You've got to use the tools in your VoIP admin portal. The first line of defense mentioned is CNAM filtering.
CDML.
Caller name/ID delivery. It's a service that basically checks if the incoming caller ID is legitimate or verified. It helps block calls that are anonymous or look spoofed before they even ring your phones.
So it cuts down the junk significantly.
Yeah, it really does. Saves your team a ton of time answering garbage calls. Then you also want to enable call screening features if you have them, and definitely turn on auto blacklisting.
How does auto blacklisting work?
If the system sees the same suspicious number trying to call repeatedly in a short time, it can automatically block it. And importantly, train your team to report persistent spam numbers to your VoIP provider.
Ah, so the provider can block it for everyone.
Exactly. They can implement system-wide blocks, which helps the whole community fight back against those spam campaigns.
The article points out, though, that if you're on an older phone system without good carrier-level spam blocking, you're kind of exposed, right?
You really are. It becomes a huge time sink and security risk. That's where systems like the CDML VoIP you mentioned in the post have an advantage. They have more advanced tools and reporting built specifically for this fight. It's often a major reason businesses finally migrate.
Okay, makes sense. This leads us to the next piece, the remote workforce. Segment 4, people traveling, working hybrid. How do we make sure they stay connected securely?
Usually the answer is the mobile or desktop soft phone app.
Right, the software that acts like your office phone on your computer or smartphone.
Yep. But just having the app isn't enough. Managers need to remind employees of a few key things.
Like what?
Crucially, log in and test the app and their connection before they travel. Don't wait until the day they're supposed to be taking calls remotely to find out there's an issue.
Good point. Avoid last-minute panic.
And second, make sure push notifications are enabled, especially on mobile. If the app isn't running front and center, the notification is the only way they'll know a call is coming in.
And security is obviously paramount here.
Non-negotiable. Remind everyone to keep multi-factor authentication, MFA, active.
MFA, that's the thing requiring like a password plus a code from your phone.
Exactly. That second layer of verification. It needs to be active for logging into the VoIP apps, the admin portal, everything. Remote access is a target, so MFA is essential.
The article also mentioned a hybrid option for companies not ready for a full VoIP switch. Something about a bridge.
Yeah, that's a neat solution CDML can apparently set up. A cloud-based VoIP bridge. It lets employees use internet calling features, making and taking calls from anywhere using the company numbers, even if some of the back end still uses traditional lines.
Oh, it offers remote flexibility without needing to rip everything out immediately.
Precisely. It's a practical step for businesses in transition.
Okay, we've covered schedules, call volume, spam, remote workers. This is a lot to manage, especially for smaller businesses. So, segment 5. How does a provider like CDML actually help implement all this? What's their action plan?
Well, according to the post, they basically step in to manage these specific seasonal configurations for VoIP and UCaaS systems. UCaaS being that unified communications as a service platform, phone, messaging, collaboration, all in one.
So they handle the actual work, updating greetings, setting hours, checking the routing rules.
Yes. They ensure those holiday greetings are recorded and scheduled, hours are correct, failover rules are tested before things get busy. They also support the remote access keys, ensuring soft phones are secure and working, especially through their own platform mentioned, CDML VoIP, powered by Virtue.
And they help folks still on older systems, too.
They do. The post says they assist with planning upgrades or setting up those hybrid bridge solutions we talked about. They'll audit your current setup, figure out the best routing, and recommend solutions that fit your needs and budget.
So boiling it all down, what's the main takeaway here?
I think it's really about avoiding missed opportunities. A few simple updates now checking schedules, greetings, routing prevents that frustration for customers later.
Right.
It ensures you look professional, stay connected, and keep your customers happy during what's often the busiest, most critical time of the year for many businesses. It's proactive versus reactive.
That's great advice. If you want to dive deeper into these strategies, definitely visit https://cdml.com and subscribe to their blog. Mr. Kaplan posts new articles every Tuesday and Thursday.
Lots of good stuff there.
And you can schedule a voice over IP system review or even talk about migration by using their contact link, https://cdml.com/contact. If this deep dive gave you some actionable steps for your holiday prep, do us a favor and click that thumbs up button. It helps us figure out what topics resonate most with you. Till next time.